a service of CNC Worldwide.
CNC Podcasts are a service of CNC Worldwide, brought to you by the Greece Chamber of Commerce, providing more than 800 member companies with business solutions since 1984. The coldest air of the season so far has settled in over Rochester for the week. A passing polar vortex storm dropped temperatures from 57 degrees on Sunday morning to the teens by Monday night. The city of Rochester called a code blue alert, meaning a risk of hypothermia with any extended outdoor exposure. It continues through Friday. Homeless shelters, including the Open Door Mission, put out extra cots and mats on the floor to handle additional homeless who are at risk of hypothermia and frostbite. Some members of the sanctuary village Tent City reportedly were layering up and braving the cold nonetheless in their tents beneath the Douglas Anthony Bridge in downtown Rochester. One of two women killed in a murder-suicide incident in California over the weekend was a Rochester City School District teacher who was in that state visiting her family. A district spokesman says officials are still gathering information about the apparent death of the School 41 teacher. They'll have both counselors and supervisors at the school Tuesday to support students and staff. The district says it is not doing any interviews at this time. Police in Palm Springs, California say a man shot and killed two women and then himself. A 2-year-old in the apartment was unharmed. The Rochester Housing Authority says fired Executive Director Alex Castro will get a year's pay from a settlement agreement amounting to $135,000, about $93,000 after taxes. The authority released details of the settlement. The RHA's attorney says the board hopes to name a new interim director shortly while they search for the permanent replacement. Castro's attorney says his client is moving on with his career. The RHA commissioners fired Castro in October after a new majority on the board reviewed his 9-year, $1 million contract signed by the previous board. Castro was 2 years into that agreement. The current majority, named by Mayor Lovely Warren, thought the contract was too rich for a public agency. Citing that and other reasons, they fired Castro and brought in City Councilman Adam McFadden as interim director. But McFadden had to resign last month when the Department of Housing and Urban Development said his dual roles amounted to a conflict of interest. Two men told Rochester police they were shot Monday evening while working at a vacant rental property on Champlain Street off Jefferson Avenue. Police say officers responding to a 911 call found both victims, men in their mid-30s, on the ground outside the house. Each had been shot in the upper body. Both were taken to Strong Memorial Hospital, where they're said to be in stable condition. Police don't know yet if the men had been robbed as well as shot. Webster police have identified the woman found dead off Foster Drive Friday as 58-year-old Joanne Joy. She lived on Krieger Road, not far from where she was found in a patch of woods. Police say they don't believe there was any foul play involved in Joy's death, but their investigation is still open. Bail has been denied for Gary Lambert, one of the 3 suspects in the home invasion robbery and pistol whipping of a Greece couple. A federal prosecutor says Lambert had a ring stolen in the robbery on him when he was arrested in Brooklyn last month. More than $20,000 worth of cash, jewelry, and watches was taken on October 7th when the owners of a jewelry business were robbed in their home on Polo Place. Lambert's attorney asked that he be released on bail to live with his fiancée in the Rochester area until his trial, but the federal magistrate ruled Lambert has no strong ties to the Rochester area and bail was denied. Rochester police are investigating a stabbing on Wilder Street, which runs parallel to I-490 through the Dutchtown neighborhood. Police say a woman was stabbed multiple times in broad daylight around noon Monday by a suspect who fled in a black GMC pickup truck. Police soon spotted that truck on Lakeshore Boulevard in Arundequoit, and they took the suspect into custody. They say the 39-year-old victim was taken to Strong Memorial Hospital with non-life-threatening injuries. She was arguing with the man at the time of the attack. Regional Transit Service says it's stepping up security at the Downtown Transit Center, where there have already been a number of uniformed security guards and Rochester police officers on hand. RTS says Rochester police are doing more frequent checks of the center on St. Paul Street, and City School District security is sending staff there too. Rochester High School students ride the transit buses to get to school. One 16-year-old student stabbed another after school on December 15th at the center. One other change, riders now have to pay the regular fare to board at the transit center. The free service period for December is over. Your next CNC podcast is whenever you click on one of these pages and catch one. We post updates as necessary. I'm Bud Lowell, CNC News.